leading out. So man is the head, and now he needs to be the head in accordance to Christ. Now God has given him, Christ has given him a responsibility. He must get in touch. You know, you have been given to be a regional manager of your home. Oh, there is a head office upstairs. Now a regional manager, he needs to work in accordance to what the head office says. A regional manager who is somehow distancing himself with head office, in disobeying what the head office says, he will not have respect even in the regional office. The reason why people are rebelling in the regional office against your leadership is because you are rebelling against the leadership from the head office. So when a man is living in accordance to what God says, then he has got respect and dignity. Even when he enters home, a man of God has got respect. But sometimes, you know, we lose respect because of our conduct and our behavior. Until we've got no respect of our children, and until we've got no respect of even our dogs, they bark at us when we come back home. The responsibility of a leader, he needs to inspire confidence. No matter what the family is going through, they must be able to look up to him. And he's confident. He knows God will make a way. He knows he's a man of faith. He has trusted God, and the family can look at him and he's not wavering. He must be a man who communicates. Even though he might claim to know what is the best for the family, he must be the one who talks to them. Share your vision. Tell them what you are planning to do. He must learn to communicate. Young man comes up to me and he's telling me that excuse for not giving his wife money. He says, I'm busy paying up debts, so that's why I'm not giving him money. I said, why don't you communicate? Why don't you communicate? If you have married someone, the person you have married has got a brain to think. If she doesn't, it's your own fault. But it's good. And take some time and engage with the person. Communicate. Lead by example. Live an exemplary life. Let them see you as you walk and in the house. Let them see an exemplary life. You know, our wives as men, they know if we are Christians or not. Oh, you know, it is possible to pretend to be holy in the church until they give you some good position in the church. Be a deacon or overseer or whatever. It's possible to pretend to be holy in the streets, everywhere you move around until they call you Muruti in the streets. It is possible to be holy among your friends and whatever. But it is impossible to be a good hypocrite at home. Marriages test you. Marriage is a litmus test of your Christianity. Your spouse knows if you're a Christian or not. When you are lying there snoring, he can look at you and say, this. He must initiate action. He must be one who initiates action. A man, the fact that you are the head, it does not mean that you're going to instruct everybody. Initiate action. Whenever there's a problem, there's a standoff in the family, disagreement, be the one who broker peace. If there is a standoff, be the one who go in. Let's resolve this thing. Be the one to apologize. Sacrifice yourself for the sake of the family. I was talking to a young man who used to work for me, and he tells me that, I've done my part. I've gone 50%. I don't know who is measuring. Now, no. This is my analysis of this whole thing. And I said to him, young man, when you look into families here and you see men and women with their families, you don't know how they did it. You don't know how they did it. Maybe one of these men who is walking proudly with his wife, please meet my wife. Please, it's a beautiful wife. You don't know what he did last night. Maybe last night he was begging His wife on his knees. Please, my wife, forgive me. I'll never do it again. And then he wipes the whole thing. Next day he's walking proudly. This is my wife. I said to him, you see, there are two things. There are people who have got too much pride. They will not humble themselves to one person in their own bedroom. Too much pride for one person. They will rather embarrass themselves to the whole public because they have got pride over one person. Right? I would rather humble myself to one person so that when I walk in the street, have you met my beautiful wife? I have pride in the people instead of pride. If I go and beg my wife and I say, please, my wife, I'll never do it again. She'll never tell anybody, that he was crying like a baby. Initiate action, right? Initiate action. This is what the man's supposed to be doing. It's not supposed to us to give instructions, but to initiate action. Let me move quickly as far as I can. Where is the man in providing for the family? It has already been said. Where is the black man in providing for me? It is an important thing. 1 Timothy 5 verse 8. The Bible says, if we do not provide for our own families, including those, particularly those of our household, we are worse than unbelievers. So as men, God has given us a responsibility to provide. Your wife might work, but the fact that she works does not mean she's a provider. She's just assisting you. Your duty still remains to provide. The whole idea of Lobola system from the cultural point of view was to test if men will be able to provide. Will he have enough resources to take care of the wife? That's where Lobola system comes from. Even though we're abusing it now because we're paying it through credit card and other things. But the man's responsibility to provide. But I want men to understand this one thing, that the ultimate provider is God. God is the one who says, I'm going to provide for your families. God uses you as a man to be a channel to bless the family. Never forget that. Never forget that whatever money that you bring, God is just using you as a channel. God can support the family without you. He can take care of the family without you. So stop this whole thing of being abusive, of financial abuse in the home. Back in the days, our fathers were very abusive. During the time of a talkie. That thing, that thing, just as well they stopped it in the trousers. I remember back in the day, the mother will come and say, I'm asking for money for bread. He will turn around. Because she must never see what it is. That's not what we're supposed to do. Never think the money you bring every day, every month, it's yours. God is just using you as a channel. If you are abusive, marriage life is long, very long. And life has got a sense of humor. You get retrenched. And the same woman who has not been working gets a powerful job. And since you have set a standard that when you have money, it's your money. Now she just continues with the plan. So you must come and ask from her. Because it's a standard. But if I am working and God is putting, I bring it to the table. I said, my wife, this is what you need to do, what you need to buy, and it's ours. When God decides that I'm going to stop this channel, I'm going to use this other channel, which is the wife, the same thing happens. I have set a standard as a man. Okay, now